I now call upon the representative of United Nations Watch.
Thank you, Mr. President. The stated objective of this Durban Review Conference is to review countries' progress on racism, discrimination, xenophobia, and intolerance to help millions of victims worldwide. Today, after the conference outcome document has been adopted, we ask, did the conference live up to its promise? Did it help millions of victims worldwide? To answer that question, we need to listen to the victims. We did exactly that on Sunday, across the street from here, when more than 500 human rights victims, scholars, and activists assembled at the Geneva Summit for Human Rights, Tolerance, and Democracy. UN Watch was proud to be among the 40 human rights groups from around the world that organized this momentous event. We heard from victims who know about racial and ethnic discrimination, from Esther Murawayo of Rwanda, whose mother, father, and husband were murdered in the 1994 genocide against Tutsis, and yet who lives on, not only to remember the dead, but to treat the survivors. From Jibril Hamid of Darfur, who told us in tears about 50 of his relatives murdered in the racist genocide that continues there. We heard from Christiana Valcheva, one of the 5 Bulgarian nurses, and from Ashraf El-Hajjaj, the Palestinian doctor, all of whom were framed, convicted, and tortured in Libya, discriminated for being foreigners. We also heard from victims of discrimination on grounds cited in Section 2 of the DDPA, based on sex, religion, political, or other opinion. We heard victim testimony from Soe Aung, a dissident from Burma, from Nazanin Afshinjam, president of Stop Child Executions, about children on death row in Iran, from Ahmed Batebi from Iran, the student demonstrator made famous when his picture was placed on the front cover of The Economist when he was a student demonstrator arrested and tortured for 9 years. We heard from Saadettin Ibrahim, the former political prisoner of Egypt. We heard from Jose Castillo, the former political prisoner of Cuba. We heard from Marlon Zakeo, who fights political repression in Zimbabwe, from Pavel Morozov, human rights defender from Belarus.
There's a point of order, I understand, from the Islamic Republic of Iran. What's the point of order?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Would you kindly advise the Speaker to confine his observation to the theme of item number 9 and refrain from making references to name of countries, member state countries? Otherwise, he should, according to your ruling, be stopped from continuation of his speech. Thank you.
May I ask the concerned NGO speaker to take into account the remarks made by the delegation of the Islamic Republic of Iran and stick to the subject under discussion, namely the issues arising from the objectives of the review conference. You may continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I shall take into account the objectives of this review conference. Indeed, in my hands, I hold the outcome of this conference. And to the distinguished delegates in this hall, I ask, why does it ignore all of the situations represented by these victims? In a conference that promised to review country performance on racism, why did the conference in fact fail to review a single country that perpetrates racism, discrimination, and intolerance? Why did the conference fail to review a single abuser? Why is it silent on women facing systematic discrimination in Saudi Arabia? Why is it silent on gays persecuted in Iran, on ethnic repression in Tibet? Why is it silent on black Africans being raped and slaughtered by racist Sudan? Has this conference really helped millions of victims worldwide? If so, who are they? Or is the truth that the Durban Review Conference has failed to help millions of victims worldwide?
The point of order again from Iran. Islamic Republic of Iran.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't think that I would need to repeat my proposal. I would ask you to kindly pronounce the speaker out of order and stop him from continuation of his statement. I thank you.
I think I do call the speaker to order, and I'll ask him to use the appropriate language. And we only have a few minutes left, so stick to the points. the objectives of this seminar, of this review conference.
Mr. President, I shall conclude merely with one question. Is not the objective of this conference to help victims? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I thank the representative of United Nations Watch and now give the floor to the Asian Forum.